Start streaming. To go live. Did that work? Oh, here we go. So what is there, a delay on this? I don't know. Guys, can anybody hear me? Is anybody out there? Okay, so there's just a delay, apparently. Okay, so, guys, I'm new at this. I've streamed live before, but I'm in a different type of software program. And as you can see, I'm having some difficulties. There's a delay, so I'm watching myself, but it's old. It's like 10 or 15 seconds behind. And I also want to apologize because I do have another channel where I just started doing it, and it's music reactions. I just do it for fun, just for a hoot, because I like music, and I just think it's fun to talk about, and I like to just talk to people and chat with people that enjoy the same type of music I do as well. It's just another pastime of mine, much like cryptocurrencies. But I'm imagining it looked like there were 40 viewers on there at least who saw that stream and were like, what the heck is this? I didn't even realize I was streaming, because to go live you have to do quite a few different things. And I didn't do any of these things, and somehow my computer started streaming live. So I just want to say I apologize for that right off the bat. Anyway, guys, since a lot of you are probably not even going to watch this because you are just like, there's something wrong with Joe and his computer tonight, we're just not going to pay any attention to this. You're probably not going to watch this video. So I'm just going to keep it super duper short. All right, let me just fool around with this here and see if I can get to some charts here, see if that even works. So okay, got my little screen here. That's good. You can go to the cryptocurrency charts. Let's give it a refresh here. We've got the market cap at $368 billion, right? So in the last few hours, we had a nice little move upward. Although Bitcoin did not get up to 12,000 last time the market was over 362 billion. Bitcoin did get above 12 grand. It's at 11,788. So the reason for that is that the Bitcoin dominance dropped down a little bit. It was at about 60.2, I believe, last time. So now we're at 59%. So money is flowing not as heavily into Bitcoin, but it's going into your altcoins. And we can see right now Ethereum is moving nicely. It's up almost 9%. It's up about $35 from this afternoon. Good move. So pretty much everything here is in the green. Litecoin at 57.31. Litecoin did have an announcement that they are going to have their own credit card coming out where you can easily convert Litecoin to cash or fiat, however you want to say it, and spend it. Is that going to, now if this card had come out last year, not that it's not a great thing, it is, but if this card had come out last year, that would have been fantastic for Litecoin. You would have seen Litecoin's price shoot up. Litecoin is up, but it's not, up as much as you would expect with an announcement like this, and that's simply because now a lot of companies are coming out with cards that virtually let you sell Litecoin already, convert Litecoin into, their token, and then you can exchange their token into fiat. So it's an extra step, but once you have a credit card where you can work cryptocurrency in it, are people really going to find it necessary to go out and get multiple cards, especially when they have one card that doesn't just allow you to convert Litecoin into, into fiat as the end result, but also Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe the top, 20, 30 coins. So, a Litecoin had come out with that card a year ago, and they were the only one letting you do these types of things, that would have been a bigger deal than it is right now. You've got the swap card coming out now. Nexo's going to have a card coming out. We all know about Crypto.com's card. And there might even be a few others that I'm not mentioning right now. Those are the ones that just come to mind. So I think that might be the reason why you're not seeing Litecoin's price being affected quite as greatly by the issuance of this card. They also have a silver card coming out that's I think it's going to cost like 16 Litecoin to get, and it's going to actually be made of, almost 100% silver. So it's going to have some value there. I don't know how many ounces the card is. I just did a quick look on the Twitter where I saw this news. I didn't see how many ounces this card was. I can't imagine it being more than 1 ounce, which is about, what, $27-ish right now. A little more, a little less. And it's going to cost you 16 Litecoin, and it's going to be loaded with 12 Litecoin. So not a great deal for people to really buy that. They're actually losing out on, Bitcoin is almost, hovering, getting up near $60. They're going to have to shell out 4 extra Bitcoin. That's $240 to get a silver card, which, if it's an ounce of silver, that's $27. Or, maybe they're thinking that the price of silver is going to go up, and they're printed out a bunch of these cards with that hope in mind, but not really sure of the benefit that that's going to have for Litecoin right now. I hate to knock Litecoin, because Litecoin is one of my favorite coins. It's one of my biggest holdings. I just wish that they had released this card a little bit sooner if they were able to. Let's see, you got Cardano over 14 cents. Let's see, Tron. Let's see what our biggest movers are today. Well, let's check and see what the crushers of the month are doing. I said Chainlink was going to be one of them, and you can see it's up over 5%. But as you know, and this was my third crusher of the month. It was one I had that already had quite a bit of appreciation, but I thought it was going to continue to crush it. Somebody asked me what my third one was. I said I didn't really have a third one, but if it was going to be anything, that it would be Link. So Link would be my third crusher of the month. And boy, I tell you, it is crushing it still. Just look at Chainlink, or let's look at over the last 7 days. 7 days ago, you could have got Chainlink, around $10. Now it's up to $17.42. And I think when I recommended it, it was at maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe around $10, $8. I can't remember, but I know it's up. It had to be more than $8. I think that may be where I got in, but it's up quite a bit. So far so good there. And let's go ahead and let's check out Lisk, which was one. And Lisk, here's Lisk, up, as you can see, over 15% today. That's a great move. Hey, if you can make 15% in a year in the stock market, under normal circumstance, of course, the stock market lately has been just killing it as well, depending on what stocks you're in. But normally, a 15% return is fantastic for a year. Here we've got 15% in a day. So Lisk is doing good. My last crusher of the month was ARK, and last I saw, ARK was not really doing much of anything, pretty much flat from the time I had mentioned it. Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a registered financial advisor, but this is just what I would do if I had some little bit of money. So ARK is down 0.01%, not even down a tenth of a percent, sitting at 48, almost 48.5 cents. So that one has yet to take off. That was one that I did say I'm not quite as sure about, but it does have its marketplace that it's going to be releasing the beginning of September, and also its mainnet release the end of this month. So I would say if ARK does not start moving in the next, today's the 13th, I would say by the 18th that it may not move. And if you did invest in it, again, not financial advice, what I would do is maybe look somewhere else. Usually by now, within the next 5 days, it should start to move if it is going to react on news. And this so far has not been reacting to the release of some promising news, which I thought it would. So we'll keep an eye on it over the next few days, and we'll see what ARK does. Guys, what do y'all think of the, let me see if anybody is on here live. Well, we got somebody on here. Hey, Steven. How you doing, buddy? High five. Pow. Pow, pow. And we got Mr. Shankadank. I like it. Shankadank. How you doing, Mr. Shankadank? High fives all around. High fives. All right. So, let's see what Steven has to say. I wonder what happened earlier. Yeah. Yes, I do apologize for that earlier. I actually went on my computer about an hour after I even got off, and it said I was still live streaming. I don't know what the heck was going on there. Problems. Theta has moved up, not as much as some of the others, Joe, but Theta has. I did notice Theta is doing quite well. Absolutely. Right now, let's see, is the screen clear? I don't know if you guys can let me know. I'm new to this whole having multiple screens up here, and I don't know if my computer just isn't up to, doesn't have enough power or what. I may have to look into a new computer here eventually, or have to go back to the old way that I was doing the videos. I'm trying to make them a little more technical and with a little more information, so it's not just me talking and you having to take my word for things, where I can actually show you, you know, what I'm saying on the screen with backup. It's decent. How about Digibyte? Digibyte is going to be very good, Mr. Shankadank. Digibyte, let's just go to the chart here again real quick on Digibyte. Digibyte, where are you, Digibyte? That was up. Oh, there's Digibyte at 38, over 31 cents. Hey, last time I was looking at Digibyte, it was about 27 cents. So that's a good move for Digibyte. Digibyte is one of those coins that really is, if it catches on, I did mention before many times, the biggest knock I had on Digibyte was it was not on a major exchange, and now it's on major exchanges, and it's getting there. The second thing I would say that may hold Digibyte back a bit is going to be the amount of coins that they have. So Digibyte has 21 billion coins. It takes a lot of coin sales to move that price. So it is cheap, so people can buy a lot of it. However, as the price increases, let's say you had $1,000 to invest in Digibyte, now you can buy a whole crap load of Digibyte for $1,000. But if Digibyte gets up to 10 cents, now you can't buy as much with that $1,000, meaning people that are on a budget who have $1,000 to spend can only maybe get, now instead of say 700 Digibyte, they can only get 400. So they're going to be able to buy smaller quantities. These numbers are not accurate. I'm just throwing them out there just as an example. Instead of people gobbling up 700 Digibyte and taking them off the market and making the price go up, now people on that limited budget can only buy 400. So less of them are coming off the market, and then as the price goes up, now maybe people can only afford to buy 200, meaning the max supply isn't going to shrink as fast, and that's one thing that may hold it back a little bit. But overall, the project is very good, decentralized. It's Lightning Network. Does pretty much everything that Bitcoin and Litecoin does. It's just more affordable. It's actually faster and I think cheaper even for the transaction. So potential there is great. It's just going to be a thing if people really catch on and start buying it. if it's not just people who like Digibyte now, but it's got to be. I think that's one of the problems that Litecoin is running into now, is that there's nothing exciting about it right now. It's not trendy. It's not a trendy new coin. Like DeFi right now is the thing that everybody's interested in. You know, a year or two ago, it was projects that actually had not just a white paper and a website. You know, in 2017, if you had a website and you were in cryptocurrency, it was going to go up. But after that that bubble burst, you know, people started to look into what they were buying a little bit closer, you know, and they realized that a white paper and a fancy website was not enough to justify putting their money in there. Things needed to have a use case, and that's where Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum had use cases. Digibyte did as well, but unfortunately they were not on enough exchanges. That's around the time when regulations started coming down, where it was difficult to buy cryptocurrencies in the United States on a lot of exchanges. Binance took a lot of their currencies that were available to Americans and wouldn't let people in America buy them. And Digibyte was not on any major exchanges really at that time, so that's why their price kind of suffered. And now it's seen a pretty good run up this year. Let's just take a look at the yearly chart on Digibyte, because I know it's seen pretty good appreciation. I remember when it hit 25 cents, I was like, hey, that's a pretty good move for Digibyte. So yeah, in the last year here, I mean, look, it was under a penny. And just look at it climbing up, 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 up. And now it's at, I'm sorry, not 28 cents, over 3 cents. So that's a 3x, gain right there this year already. Any investment, if you had a 3x gain in a year, you'd be thrilled to death. So seems like cryptocurrencies are right now, they're going into trends. And right now, DeFi is the hot new trend that everybody is kind of jumping into. And I can't blame people, because people love getting free money, getting dividends and things like that. And right now, Litecoin and Bitcoin and Digibyte don't offer that. So even though they're going to move up with the rest of the market, they may not move up as much as some of these DeFi projects or some of the projects where people think they have potential. But I do believe that they will see their day. I believe that once, if this market keeps moving up, that people will see the value in them because they are good quality projects, and that they will see appreciation. We just may have to wait a little bit longer than some of these other cryptocurrencies that are going up 41% today. I don't know why Waves is up so much today. As far as I know, they're just an exchange, and you can also make your own cryptocurrency that's available on the Waves exchange. But I'll have to look into that. There's list number 4. So yeah, that's what I think of Digibyte. Let's go back into the comments here. Theta, yeah, Theta. Let's just take a quick look at Theta as well. Because Theta is one I don't own, but I was thinking of getting into months ago. And yeah, Theta. Well, that's all. Let's go in the yearly chart here and just take a look at that. So yeah, Theta. I mean, overall for the year, you cannot be disappointed if you got in even in the beginning of the year at around 11, 12 cents in that range. You're sitting high at 39 cents. You've almost 4x'd. I mean, that's great gains. I guess I got you excited here when it hit 40 cents back in May. But we're almost back there again. Theta, again, I believe is going to be big. 100,000 billion coins. So, that's one thing I always look at, is how many coins do they have? And then it's the same scenario with do you have enough investors going in there as the price goes up where they're going to be able to afford to buy as many coins to continue the price movement upward? Where, you look at Bitcoin, that's why its price is so high, is one, it's the most popular coin, but two, there's only 21 million, not billion, 21 million Bitcoin. So, I mean, even if, one or two people over the max amount mined a day buy it, the price is going to go up. So that's just my my thoughts on those things. Let me go back to the stream here. Yes, you're right. I said 31 cents, 3.1 cents. I was right. I corrected myself. But yeah, thanks for picking that up as well. If you got in under a penny, good profits. Absolutely, absolutely. I think we're going to have a really good year here, barring. What do you think? What are the only things that could keep the cryptocurrency market from moving upward right now? There's just been so much good news between banks now being able to be custodians of cryptocurrencies, credit cards, combining with cryptocurrencies, all the new technology, all the coins that are actually having use cases now. All the countries now are pretty much accepting cryptocurrencies. Even Russia, China, India, even though they may have some regulations, they're not banning them anymore. You've got people talking about it more. You've got Grayscale in there buying. So, I mean, the only things I could really think keeping cryptocurrency down right now would be either the governments, again, come out with some type of major bans on them. But, I don't really see that happening now with the big institutions getting involved, spending time and money. These big institutions have a lot of influence in the government, and if they're going to go ahead and start spending millions and millions of dollars on mining facilities and, getting their investors involved in it, they're not going to stick their necks out like that if they think the government is going to start banning them again. And if the government does try, now they've got skin in the game and they can actually use their influence to prevent that from happening. So I don't really see that happening. The only thing I could possibly see as far as banning may be for privacy coins. That is a possibility. Privacy coins have had a nice run as well over the last few months. Zcash especially has done extremely well. I guess if the dollar gained a lot of strength, that could temporarily give commodities some problems, not just Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but silver and gold as well. Right now, everybody's predicting that the dollar is going to lose value, it's going to lose strength. I have heard some arguments that were contradictory to that, which did hold some weight. But who knows? Who knows? Right now, it just seems like cryptocurrencies are in a good place. They've been moving up, and then they're hitting that wall. They've been hitting that $360 billion market cap wall on CoinMarketCap, and then they've been dropping down to about that 340 mark, but not for long. They've been climbing right back up to that 360 and then getting knocked down. They've done it 3 times now, and this is the 4th time. And today is actually the first time I've seen it go over that 360. I think it's maybe gotten up to 363 and then gotten knocked down. And right now we're at 368. So this is the first time in all its times that it's actually breached that 363 mark and been able to, let's see if it can stay above there. It's only been for a few hours, but I just like the direction that it seems to be climbing, and it's not going down and then getting smashed down again. It's going down and then getting right back up there, getting it knocked down and climbing right back up there. So overall, whenever I'm optimistic about something or positive on it, and it looks like it's a no-lose situation, you know what happens, right? Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. And so I don't want to jinx anything, but just as a common sense point of view, looking at cryptocurrencies, it just seems like right now it's just got momentum and it's in a good place. I was looking at MakerCoin not long ago at 400 bucks. It's almost 800. Yeah, it doubled. Only 1 million coins. I let that one get away from me. Yeah, you know, I did that with Chainlink. I bought Chainlink at, let's go to the Chainlink chart real quick. I don't know if any of you are invested in Chainlink, but oops, wrong key here. Go to the yearly chart, and I bought Chainlink I mean, I got it down here, I want to say for like 180, excuse me, $1.81. And I saw it go up here, and I think I got out, you know, not at the absolute high, but pretty close at like, it hit like $4, and I was like, yeah, let me sell. And I think by the time I hit the sell order, it was actually still moving up, but you know, it was probably around four, you know, 420, 425, something like that. So I was happy because I made, you know, doubled my money, and then it bam, it went back down to 186, and I was like, hey, you know, I got out at the right time. And then I kind of lost track of it, and just started, you know, concentrating more on maybe getting a little bit of Ethereum, a little bit of Bitcoin, and stopped following Chainlink. And then lo and behold, I saw it, you know, kind of creeping up, but I said, oh, well, it's probably going to come back down again. And then I looked one day, and it was sitting at, you know, around $7, and I was like, shoot, this thing looks like it's gonna run away from me. I can't believe I had, you know, I had a decent amount of it. I said, boy, if I had that now, I'd be happy. And I kept watching it, and it kept going up, and it kept going up, and it kept going up, and I was like, you know what? These oracles are going to be needed by, I don't want to say every cryptocurrency, but practically everyone that wants to communicate with another cryptocurrency or another chain. And this is actually legit. This is not something that, this is going to be like a car needs tires. Chainlink is the tires. You know, this is needed. This has a use case, and it's not a small use case like a credit card, which isn't small, but it's not something little. This is something that's necessary. And I said, let me get back in it. And I got back in it around $8. And you look at it today, it's $17.26. So I'm glad I did. And I see, you know, when things go straight up like this, more than likely there's going to be a pullback, but I'm not about to sell out of it because, like I said, this is the tire on the cars, and all the cars need tires, and all the cryptocurrencies are going to need Chainlink. You know, there may be a pullback because it's been going straight up, but I'm just going to hold it. And, you know, it's getting to the point where I can't really afford to buy any more in any kind of quantities because it's starting to run away from most people unless it has a big pullback. So I'm going to go back to the comments here. Seem to cycle, certain coins pop randomly, then settle. Yeah, Mr. Skankadank, I love that name, Skankadank. That seems to be the trend. Yes, they seem to pop. Then they seem to settle a little bit, maybe pull back a little bit, and then the other coins around it seem to pop. So it's like that's why I believe it's good to own probably 7 to 10 different cryptocurrencies that you. I'll tell you what I do. I have, you know, the ones that I believe long term are going to be successful. Your Bitcoin, your Litecoin, your Ethereum, Chainlink. And then there's a couple that I kind of gamble with, ones that have low, like Lisk is a kind of an example of that, where there's not that many coins, So it has a potential. It may not even be the best project, but because there's so few coins, it has a potential to take off. So like 141 million coins, that's not a lot, you know. I mean, some of these, as you know, a lot of these cryptocurrencies have billions of coins, or something that has, you know, under 200 billion coins. It doesn't take that many people to buy in to shoot the price up, and it's still at a low price. $1.70 is very affordable for people to go in and buy mass quantities of it, and that's after a 14% gain today at $1.70. So that, you know, if the market gets hot, where they say rising tides raise all ships, that just may be the case. And there are a few coins that I took that chance with, and Lisk is one of them. Plus, they have some good news coming out this month. And then I have a few that pay the dividends, which I like that, especially when the cryptocurrency market wasn't doing much of anything. I was just sitting there holding my coins, watching the stock market go up, and my cryptocurrencies weren't doing anything. So I said, let me at least go into crypto.com and get some interest on my Bitcoin and my Litecoin and my Ethereum, since they're not moving at all. So, you know, I've got, you know, the crypto.com app on my phone, and I put my Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum in there, and they give me 6.5% interest for doing nothing, plus if they go up in value. So it's really a no-lose situation. They're coins I don't plan on selling anytime soon. And on top of it, I got into crypto.com CRO token at about 4 cents. So if we go to the year chart, you know, I could have got in even cheaper. I got in, you know, probably in here somewhere, around maybe in here somewhere, you know, about 4 cents. Got, you know, right in here. And then ever since I got in, I must have got in here and not back here, because I haven't seen it go down. Ever since I got in, it has just steadily, every day, it seems like it goes up like a half a cent, but every day. And, you know, now look at it, up to 16 cents. So that's how I'm playing it right now. You know, kind of diversifying in a bunch of different areas. So when you see your one coin pop and your other one isn't moving, at least you got something moving, and that can put a smile on your face while you're kind of waiting for the other one. Then when that one settles down, hopefully your other one will pop and give you, you know, a reason to smile daily, as long as the market is going up consistently. If the market goes down, you know how it goes, cryptocurrency. Shock to the markets. People will liquidate to cash again. Yeah, that would be the thing. If the stock market crashes again, probably everything will crash. If something comes out of coronavirus, I personally think it's coming to an end. It seems like right now it's just a lot of hype. It's something in the news cycle. They want to keep telling people about wear your mask, wear your mask. The amount of cases is up, but if you look at the amount of deaths, way down. If you compare the amount of deaths, you can go on Google and just search for yearly deaths in the United States. There are really no more deaths this year than last year and the year before. So I don't know if the whole thing is a scam. You know, there's something out there, I guess, that's making people sick and people are dying from it. But it's just, I don't know what to think, actually. You know, just honestly, when it first came out, they said 2 million people were going to die in America alone, over 2 million. And now that, like I said, the death numbers year over year are the same. There's no more people dying now than were last year. So why are we wearing masks, and why are we having the whole economy shut down? Granted, nobody wants to get sick, or I'm not trying to say that, but people die in car crashes every day. Do we make it illegal to drive cars? You know, people get the flu every year and die from that. Did we have to wear masks and social distance and close down the half of the economy because people got the flu and died from it? No. And it's really the same story with this virus that's going on now. It's the same amount of people, and it's facts. I mean, when this first came out, I was going on emotion, which I think a lot of people are still going on the emotion of it because it's in the news cycle and it's just getting beat over the head with it every day. More people are coming down with it, but also more people are being tested for it. And there's also a lot of false positives. It's a lot of people that have had a flu in the last 10 years have a coronavirus, because a flu is a coronavirus in their system. And if a coronavirus shows up in your system, then they're counting you as positive for coronavirus. So I don't know, guys. That's just my thoughts on that. I don't want to harp on it too much. I'm sure y'all have your own opinions on it. But that is something, again, things that could shock the stock market. More civil unrest could shock the stock market. I heard an interesting philosophy. I was listening to a guy talk yesterday, and he was saying how the banks may intentionally crash the stock markets because even though interest rates are low, the banks aren't making enough money. Banks right now are not making money, and they need to make money to survive. People are not spending money, and they're not borrowing money, and that's how banks make money. So even though the Fed has lowered interest rates, the banks still dictate if they're going to loan the money out. And the banks are making it increasingly difficult for people to borrow money, meaning your qualifications, your standards have to be much higher, your credit score has to be much higher, your time at the job has to be much higher, your amount of debt to income ratio has to be better. They're making it much more difficult to borrow money, forcing the Fed to lower interest rates even further so they can profit more. So if the Fed lowers interest rates, that's how much the banks get the money for, with a little markup, of course, because the Fed gets their skim. But they can still offer low interest rates to the people when they're borrowing the money for virtually nothing. And it seems like that may be what the banks are attempting to do. If that happens, that will crash the stock market. It may certainly as well hurt cryptocurrencies and everything. We'll see. It's an interesting world we're living in. Interesting times right now. So let's see. I am on 37 minutes, and like I said, I'm not gonna go on too much longer here. Just kind of blabbing it out here. Diarrhea of the mouth here. Said I wasn't going to be on long, and here I am almost 40 minutes, simply because I did those 2 follow-ups earlier, and I think people are probably not going to pay any attention to any videos that I put out today. So let me just read the last couple of comments here, and we'll wrap it up, okay? A lot of the alts will run up huge, but after the bull market is over, no good coins will drop to 95% or more. Yes, Stephen, I've heard that as well. The alts are going to run now, and then when that's over, they might just totally dry up and disappear, especially if they're not anything any good. That makes sense, right? Makes sense. If you don't have anything to offer, why are people going to invest their money in you? Been digging Dash, less supply than Bitcoin, plus privacy. Yeah, Dash, privacy coins have been doing phenomenally lately. And they had their run up. Now are they going to take that break we were talking about? And are the other coins going to catch up? We'll see. That seems to be the trend. We can only watch and see. I tend to think that they have probably had their run up for a while, and I'm personally not going to be running into them right away until I see some of the other cryptocurrencies kind of catch up. But I know that at one time Dash and Zcash, their prices were a heck of a lot higher than they are right now. So they still have a lot of room to run. But I'm personally going to just hold off on those for a little bit. And a lot of people are unemployed, Joe. Can't afford cryptos. It's a miracle that we are starting a bull run. I guess the rich are buying Bitcoin and starting this big run up. Yep, that's the way that the elites and the 1%s kind of work, isn't it? They don't give two craps about the little guy. They try to position things where they're the only ones that can benefit, and seems like that's what we're going through right now. It seems like people are going to be hard up for money, and they're going to see Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies run up, and they're not going to be able to get into them. And, you know, the Fed is printing out trillions of dollars this year, trillions and trillions of dollars this year. That money isn't disappearing. People have it. And, you know, those people are going to be the ones that buy it. If the housing market crashes, people have to go into foreclosures. The banks are going to be right there to snag those properties and screw the little butt guys again. You know what? You know what? I heard a video today, and it makes good sense to me. I want you to think about this. Right now, it's welfare for the rich. People are always talking about welfare for the poor, welfare for the poor, right? The poor are the people that need to have some welfare and some help. The rich don't need welfare, but they get welfare every year, and not every year. Every time there's a crisis, they get bailouts. And these are people with billions of dollars. These are CEOs and presidents of companies that make tens of billions of dollars a year, and then they get a bailout on top of it, and which is basically welfare for the rich. I don't think it's fair. I don't like it, but hopefully this cycle is coming to an end, but we'll see. Sometimes things have to get worse before they get better, and just when it seems like things are getting worse is when things turn around. Zcash happening in November, that's why it took off, okay? Yep, that's why Lisk also has a halvening coming up. That could be why it's moving. And Brian Roach, hey, thanks for coming on here, buddy. Hey, Joe, just got here. I'll watch the replay later. Yep, Brian, I'm about to wrap it up now. Guys, God bless. Kiss your spouse, hug your kids, pet your pets. Joe Knows Crypto is signing off. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great night.